What's good, YouTube? Jay Lee. Today I'm gonna go back a little retroactively. This video is, I don't know how old this video is, but it's back when Derrick Jaxn got exposed. This female here is talking on it, and I didn't even listen to what she had to say, because why would I listen to what a female has to say? Like, just a bunch of emotional BS. So obviously Derrick Jaxn did get exposed. I'm not even sure what happened with him. I didn't even really follow him. I knew of him. I knew who he was. I saw his videos pop up every once in a while on Facebook back in like 2014, 15, and I watched like one or two of his videos, and I was like, yeah, this guy's obviously a fraud, because guys don't think that way. If you ever go watch any of his videos, guys don't think like that. We're not like women. We're not solipsistic. Guys, any guy who's telling a woman what she wants to hear is a manipulator. Period. Any guy who's saying, "Oh yeah, baby, you deserve the best. You deserve, to be wined and dined, woo woo woo." That guy's a manipulator. Right? In one way or the other, whether he's trying to get in a girl's pants, whether he's just trying to get brownie points, or like Derrick Jaxn, he was trying to get a following to make money, which he did make a lot of money off these women with his little courses. I think he wrote some books. He had some courses for them to order. He also probably had monetary enhancement from YouTube or whatever. So he had a career off of being a grifter. He had a career off of being a fraud and manipulating these women. And he got exposed. We all know that. This is old news. At this point, I think it happened, 6 months ago? Maybe even longer? I don't know. Don't really care because it's old news. But I did stumble across this video, and I was reading some of the comments, and I thought it was hilarious just how naive these women are. So essentially today what I want to do is I want to read some of these comments and just laugh at them and kind of just show you guys where women's mentality is today, females' mentality is today. I think a lot of these women will be African American, black women. It doesn't really matter though. A woman is a woman. They all have this same type of mentality, and I don't believe Derrick Jaxn was just speaking to African American women. I think there was a lot of white women who followed him as well. But of course, Derrick Jaxn and this community is a little more urban, right? So it's going to have that feel to it, and there's going to be, some of that kind of language. But again, he's speaking to all women, and whether he's urban or not, he has, more female followers than just African American. And so you're going to get a sort of, this says exclusive, so I'm going to use that word exclusive. You're going to get sort of exclusive look into the mentality of how women think. Now, mind you, keep in mind and keep in perspective that Derrick Jaxn is the kind of guy who is telling women what they want to hear. He is putting them on a pedestal. Everything about him and his channel was about telling women that they deserve the best. You go, girl. You need to, and it's all the same stuff that these women have been feeding on in their souls and in their hearts and their mentality by feminism and by modern gynocentric culture, right? Which is that the woman is first, the woman is more important, the woman is all powerful, her will and her ego is number one. This is how Derrick Jaxn tailored his messages in his videos on his YouTube channel, on his website, if he had one. I'm sure he did. Like I said, I didn't follow the guy that much because I obviously knew he's a fraud and I just laughed at him. But this is the cornerstone of a guy like this who's manipulating young women today, because it's really not that hard. If you have the kind of heart where you know how to lie and you know how to portray yourself a certain way, it's really not that hard to manipulate today's women, because it's easy to manipulate people who have weak morals. It's easy to manipulate people who have weak character. It's easy to manipulate people who are weak in the fact that they are already indulging in self-pleasure, in self-aggrandizing. I'm not even sure if that's the right word, but women put themselves on a pedestal. So it's not hard to manipulate a woman like that if she's already putting herself on a pedestal. You just have to tell her what she wants to hear, right? It's not hard to ingratiate yourself with a narcissist, because what do narcissists want? They want attention. They want to be put on a pedestal. So if you do that, they will like you, right? And what is a narcissist like? A narcissist likes somebody who gives them attention. Narcissists are going to go gravitate towards people who give them attention and people who put them on a pedestal. This is what Derrick Jaxn did. And this is the type of women that we're dealing with here in these comments. So let's scroll down and let's see. And now, mind you, there will be some comments that call him out, and there's going to be some wise comments here where people will be like, I told you so, da 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 da. But I haven't read any of these. Let's just scroll down, laugh, talk about it together. All right. So the first one is, it's God, Jesus, me, and the side chicks, in that order. That's pretty funny, because he did come out and try to say he was a Christian and woo woo woo. So he totally got exposed, cheated on his wife, right? Made himself look like a fool. His wife stayed with him, of course, because he's obviously objectively, physically 10 out of 10 Chad. And he's rich by making money off all these women. If he was broke, she might have left him. But he's not. He's good looking. He's rich. So he's got looks, money, and status down, although his status has taken a big hit now. And he might have lost his career now because of this. But he still got money from that, and he still got the good look. So she's gonna stick with him, and she's not even that good looking anyway. I made a whole video about it, but yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, so this person, some sense here. She says, not surprised. Took him forever to admit he was married. Guys like that fulfill a fantasy for some women. It's easy for the guy to take advantage of that. Bingo. She nailed it. See, this woman has sense, right? This woman has sense. So some of these women have some sense, and a lot of these are some African American and some POCs, you know, people of color here. God is tired, and he's exposing a lot of people during this pandemic. God is tired. I mean, yeah, I guess he's been tired for a couple thousand years. She fell for the old "I'm leaving my wife" trick. Poor Tink Tink. I don't know what that one's about. Derrick Jaxn is the future. Is future in Russell Wilson's clothing. That comment wins the internet for today. Derrick Jaxn is future in Russell Wilson's clothing. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that. All right. He is not a fraud. He's an expert on men like himself. That's an interesting way to look at it. We assumed that he wasn't talking about himself. He never really excluded himself. He was honest about all that he said. The gag is the joke is on us. Man, that's because you're easy to manipulate. You see a hot guy and he'll just tell you what you want to hear, and you'll open the legs to him. All right? It's just, the whole thing is a joke. And you're so easily manipulated. Bringing someone into your marital home is the lowest of the low. Oh, I think she meant marital home is the lowest of the low. Yeah, man, that's pretty low, man. Cheaters are pretty low. I've been cheated on by women, and it's pretty fucking low. Yeah, I mean, I've cheated a few times, but with girls that I wasn't all that serious with. But even that, you know, I was a dog for that. Cheating's not right, you know. But if you're married, I mean, for sure, like that's it. That's it. You cheat and you're married, you're a real big piece of shit. I knew this clown was a fraud. Plot twist, he was talking about himself in all the videos this whole time. Yeah, well. Yeah, and that's the thing, is he's talking about players, because women chase players. He's not talking about the nice guys, because he knows women don't want the nice guy until it's time to settle down and they want kids. Then they want the steady nice guy. So he knows what to say because he's a player. He knows what they want. I've seen this play out a million times. If a guy is active on social media but never posts his significant other, be it his girlfriend or his wife, 9 times out of 10, it's not because he values privacy. Rather, it's because he's trying to appear single so he can be available to other women. I mean, vice versa. Women do that too. Exact same scenario all the time. Women cheat all the time. You think of how many of these women out here who do porn? They're all in relationships. Many of them are married, right? It's a joke. Fidelity is a joke. You know, being monogamous is a joke in today's day and age. Everybody cheats. These women are cheating, and women cheat a lot more than men because they have more access, and they're better liars. They get away with it better. They're more manipulative. They're more subtle. At the end of the day, don't deal with married men, separated men. Undercover husbands are the worst. Telling you, women are out here doing this too. See, these are all women who've been burned by alphas. These are women who chase the alpha men. These are women who chase Chad, and they realize that he's got a lady at home. Well, guess what, ladies? You wanted him, right? The reason why he's high value, the reason why women want to have sex with him is because he's good looking, because he has status, because he has money, right? And then you expect him to be faithful to you? Why? Because he remembered what it used to be when he didn't have money and status. No women wanted him, and I don't blame the man in that scenario, because women are the gatekeepers to sex. They're the ones who withhold sex from us. They're the ones who put all the emphasis and importance on sex. Women are the ones who do that, not men. Yes, men want sex, and so do women, but women are the ones who use sex as a bartering tool, as a manipulation tool to get what they want from men. So I'm not mad at all when guys are players. The reason why I was mad at Derrick Jaxn was not because he was a player or a liar or even a cheater per se. I was mad at him because he was throwing men under the bus, because he was making men out to be dogs. He was telling these women what they wanted to hear, and he was manipulating women at the cost of men, because he was making men look bad. That's why I didn't like Derrick Jaxn. I'm not mad at a guy if he plays the game. I'm not mad at a guy if he's playing multiple women, because these women are bigger players than men. I've said that on my channel since day one. Women are bigger players than men. Women have spinning plates. Women are cheating. Women got multiple men. All kinds of dudes texting them. All kinds of dudes coming through different hours of the night every week. Fuck out of here if you think men are cheating more than women. Nah, no. This is painful. Once you've got cheated on, you feel for every cheating story you can feel. Their pain, it makes you have flashbacks of your own situation, and it stings. Yeah, you probably cheated on guys and you didn't even care. You probably friend zone guys and you didn't even care. It's always when it happens to you, that's when it's the problem. But when you do it to someone else, it's all good. You're just a female, you're just a bad bitch, you're just empowered, right? Feminism, blah, blah, blah. But when it happens to you, then it's a problem, right? It's so much hypocrisy. It's crazy because men have always said he was a fraud. This is the comment. This comment right here. She realizes, and this woman says, always, years ago I thought they were hating on him. Then I started side-eyeing him when he criticized women for showing their bodies for attention, when he was doing the same exact thing by posing with his shirt off. The hypocrisy was too much. I said something. Now he saw it, but he refused to address it. I unsubscribed after that. Woo, whatever. Yeah, he's a fraud. Yes, and men have said he's a fraud, because we know no guy talks like that unless he wants something, unless he's lying, because men don't think the same way women do. Men are not solipsistic. Most men are not narcissists. And which is funny, because they say when you Google the word narcissist that most narcissists are men. I don't even think so. I honestly don't believe so. We live in a gynocentric society that puts women on a pedestal, right? So why would more men be narcissists? Men don't even have the opportunity to be narcissists, because no one gives a shit about us, right? Unless we're famous or rich, nobody cares. But women, they just have to exist. They just breathe. Why? Because everybody wants the pussy. So of course there's gonna be more female narcissists. It just stands to reason. People would call us haters when we called them out on something. Big fraud, and his speeches never sat right with me. I tried to tell everyone he was a fraud, but no one believed me. You just need to stop listening to these men who tell you what you want to hear. Exactly. Go listen to someone who speaks the truth, like Kevin Samuels. Exactly. Kevin Samuels is healthy, right? He's healthy for these women's souls and minds, but they don't want that. Women don't want to hear. They know what's real. They know the truth. They don't want the real. They don't want the truth. They want to live in the lie. They want to be manipulators. They want that power, right? They want to be the boss bitch, and this is why none of them are marriage material. Would you want to have a kid with a narcissist? Would you want to have a baby with a self-absorbed liar, a woman of the night, a woman who slept with 100 guys before she met you? You want to make that your baby's mom? Fuck out of here, man. Hell no. You want a moral woman, a woman who has virtue. The Bible talks about that. It says, where's the virtuous woman? Find the virtuous woman. Where's the virtuous woman? That's the woman you want to have kids with, but she doesn't exist. In this day and age, very, very rare. All his posts are really about himself, self-projection as finest. Derrick is a wolf in sheep's clothing. If his marriage really mattered to him, he would get off social media and focus on repairing what he's broken, period. See, that's the thing. What Derrick Jaxn did is what these women do. They get a steady guy, right? It's called monkey branching. Women have a steady guy, and then they look for another guy. They look for more guys as they've got the guy at home. They got the guy at home, they look for better guys. It's called monkey branching. So Derrick Jaxn, this is what players do. When you're a player, you have your main girl, and then you look for other girls on the side. That's what players do, and women do it better than anyone. Don't think just because you got a steady girlfriend, oh, I've been dating her for 3-4 years, she's never cheated on me, that you know about. She's never cheated on you, first of all. Also, don't think she's not looking to replace you. Don't think she's not bored. So many of these relationships last 4 or 5 years, 7, 8 years, and then it's over. But you got to think, was she really faithful to that guy for 7 or 8 years? Nah, she saw other guys on the side. It's too easy. The day of Tinder, they don't even have to come home. Oh yeah, baby, I'm going to the gym. Imagine this, you get off work at 3. Let's say you get off work at 3 p.m., right? Your husband or even your live-in boyfriend, he's not home till 6 because his job requires him to get off at 6. You got 3 hours to play. You don't even have to have a guy you're already talking to. All you gotta do is get on Tinder, swipe right on one guy. Hey, what's up? I'm in such and such area. Do you want to meet up? Meet him, suck his dick, over, and then by 4 o'clock, you're home and you got 2 hours to wait for your husband to come home. That's how easy it is to cheat. You really trust these women? Really trust these women? You really, really trust these women? No. The only way I trust a woman in a relationship is if I could have 100% full access to her phone. I knew exactly who all her contacts were, and I called them and confirmed who they were, because sometimes they put fake names. Like, oh yeah, this is my daddy, right? Quote unquote daddy, right? This is my dad, but it's really her daddy, Tyrone from down the street or whatever, and he's knocking boots, right? And even then, you don't know, because she could have a second phone, because it's easy to order another phone on eBay, right? She could have a second phone that you don't even know she has, that she only keeps in her purse, or even hides it somewhere else, hides it in her car. You can't trust any of these women today, man. You can't trust them. And all these women are acting like, oh, you know, he was a wolf in sheep's clothing. He was a fraud, a manipulator. You're the frauds and manipulators. You followed a guy who told you some narcissistic bullshit that you wanted to hear. Like, what does that say about you? That you were taken to the cleaners by a fraud, right? How has she known him for 10 years and didn't know he was married and had a wife? Oh, I guess that's his side chick. Who gives a fuck? He literally teaches women how to protect themselves from men like him. The irony. Yeah, pretty much. He ain't never sat well with me. You seem like a master manipulator narcissist. Yeah, it takes one to know one, Jennifer. Yeah, why were you following him then, right? You could recognize the symptoms because you know what you are. What's done in the dark will always come to the light. Not always. There's a lot of dirt that these women have done. Eventually, you know, I believe karma will come back, but it's a sad world that we live in when we can't find any decent women out here. I never understood the logic of sleeping with a married man, then trying to be vindictive when he doesn't want to be involved with you anymore. You knew he was married, not divorced, but married, separated, but not divorced. Well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. These women are trying to get back at everyone. I mean, it's just, you can just, the whole MO, the whole modus operandi of women is self-centered. It's solipsistic. It's centered around themselves. So she probably wanted to fuck him. She didn't care if he was married. He's a hot dude. This dude's got muscles coming out of everywhere. This dude's good looking. He's got a bull frame, bull body. She wanted that dick. He's probably got a 10-inch porn star dick, whatever. Like, that's all they want. They don't care if he's married. You think women care if a guy's married? No, it probably turns them on more. Haha, he's cheating on his wife with me. It's a sick world, man. If men tell you that a man is a fraud, trust them. If women tell you that a woman is a fraud, trust them. They can see through each other. I think there's some wisdom in this comment right here. If men tell you that a man is a fraud, trust them. If women tell you that a woman is a fraud, trust them. They can see through each other. I believe that's true. That's some wisdom. I literally only found out he was married when the scandal came out. I know. Who knew? I didn't know. Don't judge a man by how well his peers treat him. Judge a man by how he treats his wife. Anyway. Confession video was so uncomfortable. Yeah, it was. His wife looked heartbroken. She's just She ain't going nowhere. She'll never do as well as him. She knows it, and this is how women are. This is how their mentality is. And some weak men are like that too. Come on, the wife stuff was still at the house. Personal products, blah blah blah. She ran her mouth because he did her dirty, not because she has integrity and felt bad about having an affair with a married woman, right? No. She knew. Women who are allowing themselves to be used for sex by a hot Chad guy, they don't have any integrity. Women who sleep around, they don't have any integrity. And she probably knew anyways that he was married. She didn't care. And it's like, if she really had integrity, she'd keep it to herself. She'd keep it on the low. But then on the other hand, she probably exposed him because she felt like he's a fraud, and he is, and I'm glad he got exposed, because he was gassing these women. He was gassing these women up. Any man who gives women relationship advice as a career is a living foul. Yeah, hell yeah, you said it right there. Any man who gives women relationship advice as a career is a living foul. Now, guys like Kevin Samuels, they're different, because guys like Kevin Samuels are not telling women what they want to hear. They're telling women what they need to hear. That's the difference. Kevin Samuels is giving women relationship advice as a career, but he's not doing it in the way they like it. He's not coddling their narcissism. He's not playing to their emotions and telling them what they want to hear so that he can make money off of them. No, in fact, if he's making money, it's off of the guys who watch him, because he says the real shit. So there's a difference there. I can't imagine the embarrassment his wife is going through. I mean, I don't even care. How many guys did she screw over in her life? I mean, she had hypergamy, and she monkey branched onto Derrick Jaxn. So how many dudes did she? I mean, this is the thing. Like, women expect guys to feel sorry for them. Like, we don't care. Like, why would we? You throw us under the bus. You do us dirty. You treat us like dirt. Why would we care when you get cheated on? That's always been funny to me. Women expect guys to, like, it's funny when women get done dirty, they expect guys to come out of the woodwork and, like, stand up for them, protect them. It's like, bitch, you're an empowered woman. You're a strong, independent feminist, aren't you? Well, pick yourself up out of the dirt. I don't give a fuck what happened to you. I remember all the times you shitted on me. I remember all the times you threw me under the bus. Fuck out of here. What would I care if you got cheated on? Like, I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Like, that's how I feel for all women. Like, I don't give a shit. Why would I? You never gave a shit about me. Fuck out of here. One time I went on a date with a separated man. I never even kissed the guy. We just had coffee and left. Next week his wife was at my job acting crazy. I didn't even like the guy. I never called him back. Don't do it, lady. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it, bitch. You probably fucked him. First of all, yeah, anyway. You're probably lying. You probably knew he was married. All kinds of shit. Fuck out of here. From the unwise words of Derrick himself, a man treats you how he feels about you. Shut the fuck up. That is very good manipulative advice, right? You don't know. That can be taken so many different ways. A man treats you how he feels about you. So you could think, oh, well, if he really loves me, he'd fucking take me on trips to the Taj Mahal, or he'd fucking buy this for me. Maybe he can't afford those things. Maybe he really likes you, but he can't afford those things. See how easily something like that can be taken and ran with? That is just for real some shit that a man like Derrick Jaxn would say. Particularly with that word feels, because women are all about the feels, aren't they? They're all about the emotions, right? I don't know how I feel about this guy. I'm not feeling it. Feel. Right? I feel so bad for his wife, but I'm giddy as hell about him being exposed. Bitch, you don't care. You don't care about his wife. I beg to differ. Listen to men like this. You will learn firsthand about narcissism from a true narcissist. It's funny how women use the word narcissist when they're the biggest narcissist. The only reason Derrick Jaxn is even allowed to be a narcissist is because he's good looking. He's a 10 out of 10 Chad. If he wasn't all buffed out and a 10 out of 10 Chad, he wouldn't even be able to have the luxury of being a narcissist, because no woman would want him anyways, right? And this, it's funny because they're only talking about high value men, right? The guys who aren't high value, they don't even exist. They're not even in the conversation, right? Which is so insane. Like, women Like you're not even the guy she's talking about, because you're not even in the ballpark. She's not even interested in you, so it's like it doesn't even matter. It's fucking hilarious. Ladies, never listen to a man giving you relationship advice if his wife isn't participating. I mean, that's a good point, right? I mean, because how easy it would be for him to just take advantage. After 10 years of shitting on men, Derrick was destroyed by a bitter woman, and bitter women are 99% of his fan base. Poetic justice. Fucking love that comment. That's a great comment. Yep, this dude for real shitted on men for 10 years, and he was destroyed by a bitter woman, and bitter women are 99% of his fan base. Fuck yeah, that comment. Yes. I love that comment. Yes. Chris Rock said it best. A man is only as faithful as his options, point blank. I need a life after COVID because it's too much drama online. A man is only as faithful as his options. But why is that? Because women don't give us any options. So when we do get some options, we take advantage of it, right? Because why wouldn't we? Like, oh man. Imagine it like this. You're in a desert, you got nothing to drink, and you see these women out here, they got all the water. They're drinking, and they're laughing like, okay, how come you don't have any water? And you try to get some water, but you can't get any water. What are you going to do when you're finally able to get some water? You're going to drink all the water you can. This is how women shoot themselves in the foot, and they expect high-value men who are sought after by all the other women to be faithful to them. If that's not narcissistic sabotage of your own self, nothing is. You're narcissistically sabotaging yourself when you expect a high-value man that all the other women want to only be faithful to you, when you know damn well you ain't giving no other man any play, you ain't giving no other man lower than that high-value guy any attention, any sex, any relationships. It's so insane to me how narcissistic these women are. Like, it's just mind-boggling. It's like, don't you get it? Yeah, if we have access, we're gonna take it because you guys don't give it away easy. We're sitting here walking through this desert. You got all the water. You're laughing, splashing, wasting the water on the ground, drinking it, bathing in it, having water fights, throwing water balloons at each other. And here we are, like, dying of thirst, skin and bones, dragging on our hands and knees, hoping to get just a little drop of water. And then it'd say we jump in, we find a pool. Oh, there's a pool of water. We jump in and it's all ours. We're gonna defend that shit with our life. We're not gonna, I'm only faithful to this water. Like, you're gonna drink all the water you can. Just makes sense, ladies, but you don't make sense. Straight violation, bringing the mistress to their house and violate the marital bed. Yeah, how many women do that? More than a few women that I've been with brought me over to their home when they had a guy. I remember those hookups. It's pretty weird seeing his shoes on the side of the bed. Oh, whose shoes are those? She had to try to tell me it was her roommate's, and her roommate was moving out. It's some bullshit, she said. And this other woman was smart enough to clean it, and then her husband, I'm pretty sure it was her husband, emailed me and said some shit. I don't want to get into that, but it's happened to me a few times, man. These women cheat. Don't think these women aren't cheating. This is why I'm still single at 39. Rather die single and happy than married and miserable. Yeah, that's why. His next book will be Working on Myself. That's pretty funny. She go to a married man's house. Know damn well they ain't divorced. See all his wife's stuff is still there. Yep, I've been in that situation with women. What's all this guy's clothes doing here? What is this? The only people that are shocked about him are the females who fell for his BS. Yep, we knew. We knew. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it there. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it there. It's some bullshit, but this is the world we live in, man. Manipulators manipulating manipulators, right? That's all it is. They're all manipulators. That's why they gravitated towards this guy, because he's a manipulator. They're manipulators, right? Like attracts like. Like attracts like. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you guys listening. Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.